fate already sealed for Egypt as a shot clock violation, and South Africa get the ball. Yalezu puts it in, and South Africa on a 2-0 lead here. Abbas to Anmar. And Egypt now off and running. Minute played here. Yalezu behind the back. He doesn't do things by halves. He is a flashy player. But on that occasion, a turnover. Anmar along the baseline misses everything, does Ashraf Anmar. And a shot clock violation for Egypt. Shalembe's pass to Yalezu didn't connect. Here is Abbas. 6 on the shot clock. Abbas sets himself. 2-pointer. That's off the back iron. South Africa get us back underway. Up 2-1. Shane Williams, a midi, and that's off. Abbas just about collects from Shalembe. Anmar from 6 feet. And it's rebounded by Yola Yalezu, who has the ball. 7 to shoot. Williams, that's asking a bit too much of Shane Williams, but not giving up. Wanted that loose ball, and the ball went out of bounds. There's Umar Nagdi just helping himself back up. 2 minutes have been played here in our first of our classification games for 9th spot. Following on will be our second game for 9th spot as Great Britain take on Kenya. Second time today that those two teams are playing. Great Britain won earlier on this morning. Tied at 2. Williams, a long one, and that misses everything. Shane Williams, a veteran of this South Africa team, 31 years of age. Chance of defense from the hometown crowd here in Sun City. Ammar off the glass. And Egypt take their first lead of the game. Yalezu feeling it. And he can't get the 2 to drop. Abbas at the foul line. Abbas thinks about it, puts it up. And Nagdi and Shalembe was going for the loose ball. Here is Shalembe. Williams, 6 to shoot for South Africa. Shalembe off the back iron, gets his own rebound. Tap pass to Yalezu, and he puts it in. South Africa without a win in these IWBF 3x3 World Championships, but the heart, the hustle has been there for all to see. They have been very, very competitive, and you can see why. They have a never-say-die attitude. They play as a team. The shot selection might be very unorthodox, but it works for them. And we have a timeout on the floor. 6:55 to play, and we are tied 3 apiece. And we'd like to welcome you all to the IWBF YouTube channel if you're joining us as we start the evening session here. John Hobbs on hand as the classification games and the quarterfinals taking place here during this evening session. The quarterfinals due to start at around 7 p.m. local time. this game will be Great Britain and Kenya, as we see some of the highlights from the opening stages of the contest. Both Great Britain and Kenya warming up behind the show court here at Sun City. And Mars 2 from the free throw line is no good. Williams sets himself, and that's short. Great hustle again from South Africa, and Yalezu the finish. 4-3, South Africa retake the lead. Anmar rattles in from the baseline. Yalezu. Great pass to Shalembe, who can't hang on. And Adelaziz with the steal. Adelaziz, great pass inside. And the block from Yalezu. As he tells Magdi Abbas, not in my house, or in fact there was a foul called. Oh. Talk about jumping to conclusion there, as a foul was called for the South African women's team, and there are some South Africa fans in attendance. We're going mad at that block, but it was a foul. Magdi Abbas missed the free throw, gets another bite of the cherry, and misses the 8-footer. Here is Yalezu. Yalezu to the basket. Oh, the reverse is pretty. Talk about a gem unearthed here in Sun City. Abbas misses the 2, rebounded by Yalezu. Shalembe, Yalezu. 3 to shoot for South Africa. Yalezu, that misses everything. Here is Abbas. Egypt playing their composed basketball. As Ammar misses, Adelaziz, he'll go up, and Mohamed Adelaziz, he's had a fantastic tournament, the Egyptian number 6. Instrumental in so many Egypt wins, or the 3 Egyptian wins on day 1, most notably against Great Britain. As he missed the free throw, and here's Anmar who gets it to go. We're tied at 5 as we enter the halfway point here in this one. And substitutions for South Africa as Yalezu takes a well-deserved break. Gift Mukezi comes in, and here he is on the ball. Mukezi, no hesitation. Magdi Abbas. Ashraf Anmar from the foul line. It's off the back iron, and it's welcomed in by Williams. Mukezi. Mukezi from the elbow. Money. No, that won't count. That was a shot clock violation. Abbas has a bit of freedom, but decides to track back. Anmar buries it. Such a cool, calm, composed player, Ashraf Anmar. Really solid mid-range shooter. Mukezi, he doesn't need any invitation to shoot, but that one's short. Magdi Abbas. And 3-second violation against Ashraf Anmar. Mukezi. Looking, the tap pass to Williams. Williams fading away. And Abbas looked to get the rebound, but he miscontrolled it. And South Africa get another attempt. Tied at 6, 4:08 to go here in this one. Egypt yet to commit a foul. South Africa with 2 team fouls to their name. Table officials just looking to retrieve the basketball. chat with Shane Williams and Ashraf Anmar of South Africa and Egypt respectively. We're back underway. Shalembe, Ketse in all kinds of space. Beautiful pass to Williams. Williams couldn't quite get the pass, but great behind the back pass. And Shalembe misses under the hoop. Magdi Abbas, good defense there from Shalembe. And Egypt will retain possession. And a timeout with 3:49 remaining, and it's all honours even right now, tied at 6. Just like we saw in the last session with the men before the women took over, the last 2 games were decided at the very last second. Maybe we might have that here. Who knows? Anything can happen in the world of 3x3 basketball. First ever IWBF 3x3 World Championships, this historic event. Now getting to the business end. And we have a whistle on the floor. Three seconds to shoot for Egypt. Abbas goes straight for 2. And that will be a shot clock violation. Abbas's shot hit the bottom of the backboard. Shalembe, Williams. Williams gets past Anmar, dumps it off, and the finish lacking from Shalembe. Abbas. Anmar along the baseline, no good. Williams just about pips it. Just about pips Abbas, and now goes to the basket. Bit of self-service for Shane Williams. Anmar looking to respond, short, rebound Williams. 7-6 to the hosts. Pass just about retrieved, but good tracking back there from Abbas, and the ball goes out of bounds. 1 to shoot for South Africa. As the fans scream 1 second to the players on the court. Williams will get it, Williams will shoot it, and Williams will miss everything. 2:43 to play, 7-6 to the host nation. The nation expects in this one. As the fans here in the stands, the South Africa women's team, both A and B, united as one in their support for the men. Adil Aziz to the cup, and he can't get it to go. Adil Aziz will go to the strike for Egypt. Off the back iron with that one from Adil Aziz. It's picked up by Shalembe and it's welcomed in by Muketse. Muketse, he really doesn't need an invitation to shoot, does he? He will just let fly. Adil Aziz. Abbas. That's a wild shot. That'll be a shot clock. Well, it would be a shot clock violation, but Muketse retrieved the ball before the clock hit 0. Williams off balance, can't get that. Final 2 minutes. South Africa are edging ahead here. Can they hang on or will Egypt fight back? Shot missed by Anmar. Abdelaziz can't get it. Great hustle from Abdelaziz, and the whistle has gone. 4 team fouls now for South Africa. Muketse with the foul there. Magdi Abbas. Ashraf Anmar fading away, buries it. We are tied at 7, 1:38 to play. We're getting down to the business end. Abbas, Anmar puts it in. And Egypt now in the lead. Muketse. 5 to shoot for South Africa. Muketse, they need this, but they don't get it. It's rebounded by Ammar. Abdelaziz, you feel the pendulum swinging a little bit in Egypt's favour. But a travelling violation puts a stop to that. South Africa ball. Yalezu comes back in for South Africa. 1:02 to play. Here is Williams in his favourite spot. Well, that smacks the backboard and nothing else. Magdi Abbas, final minute. Anmar, back to Abbas, sets himself and can't get the 2 to fall. Williams, Yalezu driving to the basket. There is Shalembe, who is fouled. First team foul for Egypt in this one. A timeout has been called by Egypt. They want to talk it over. It's all to play for here. A 2-0 run by Egypt has given them an 8-7 lead. 35.6 seconds to play. Here are some of the highlights of what has been an intense battle as we start the classification rounds. Mohamed Abdelaziz will wait just a moment as Shalembe misses the free throw. It goes back out to Abdelaziz. Shalembe to meet him. Abdelaziz gets past him. Beautiful pass and the finish from Abbas. And now a bit of breathing space for Egypt. South Africa need a score. The ball is loose. Egypt collect. Abbas, it's deflected. What a pass, though, from Abdelaziz, and the clutch finish from Magdi Abbas. Potential dagger basket. And South Africa could face heartbreak here. They need a stop. Oh, do they need a stop? Abbas puts it up, in and out, agonising. They need a 2, South Africa. Yalezu. It's behind the back. It's going nowhere, and Egypt survive. Oh, it's heartbreak for South Africa, but Egypt come away with a big win, 9-7. They come from behind to beat the host nation. A thrilling contest. What was low in scoring was high in intensity and in drama. Egypt, though, bounced back from 2 straight losses. They get a win here against South Africa. South Africa could certainly hold their heads high on that one. So unfortunate. But Egypt come away with a brilliant win, great team win, character building win for the men in red. And up next, it is Kenya against Great Britain. Don't go anywhere, the evening session continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is on to our next contest between the Great Britain and Kenya. Allow me to first introduce the Great Britain. Coming in at number 4, Calum Sloan. Coming in at number 6, Finlay. Representative number 9, Finlay Connor. And at number 13, Ben Leach. Give it up once again for the Great Britain. Coming in just behind us, the man from Kenya. Help me welcome jersey number 4, Caleb O'Shea. Let's see number 5, Ethan Timuyo. And number 7, Wilson Ilahuya. And at number 14, Robert Kimwato Mungi.
Well, welcome back to Sun City. There is the Kenya team that has just come out onto the court. Caleb Adio, Itaken Timoy, Milton Ilahoya, and Robert Kimuthu. And they play for the second time today, Great Britain, who have Finlay Erskine, Ben Leach, Callum Sloan, and Finlay Tonner in their ranks. As we get the coin toss started to see who starts this game, we thank you everyone for joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel. Great to have you all on board. As the evening session continues here on day 2. As we get to the business end of these inaugural IWBF World Championships for 3x3. This is a classification game for 9th. Kenya will get us started. And here we go. And Ilahoya straight away with the 1, doesn't get it to go though. Kenya looking for revenge. Great Britain winning earlier this morning against the Kenyans for their first win of these championships. And Finlay Erskine with the first score. Kimuthu, with the miss from mid-range. Finlay Erskine, freedom of the land, but blows it. Kimuthu smacks the backboard with the 2. Kenya love to shoot from long range. Still yet to register a win in these IWBF 3x3 World Championships. The team from Africa, as Tonner goes down Main Street. Kimuthu, shot there from Tamoy, misses. Tonner Tonna Erskine, 3-second violation on young Finley Erskine. Ilahoya. Milton Ilahoya. Thinking about it, puts it up, and that's off to the left. Finley Erskine collects. Erskine, beautiful pass inside. Tonna misses the one-pointer. Callum Sloan to Erskine. Erskine gets it, and Great Britain get a 3-0 lead. Shot is no good from Itiken Tamoy. Erskine under the hoop again, turns around, puts it in, and Great Britain are rolling here. Almost deja vu from this morning. Three-throw line shot, no good from Ilahoya. Tonna gets past Tamoy. Tonna to the basket. Oh, Great Britain are just feeling it right now. Kamuthu a 2. That's off the back of the backboard. Tonna. Erskine. Sloan will let that go out of bounds. As the ball lands right into the laps of the Slovenia players watching on. Well, having a team meeting, it seems anyway. Tonna. Erskine, feeling it. Erskine again. Finley Erskine is a living, breathing firework right now. 2 is up, no good. Who else but Erskine with the rebound, but he gives it up. And Milton Ilahoya collects. Ilahoya loses the ball, but a whistle has gone. Foul called. That's the first foul of the game and the first team foul to Great Britain. Ilahoya putting the moves on Sloan, gets past him, swipe past to Kamuthu, shot clock at 3, Tamoy, Erskine all over him, but he gets it to go anyway, does Itiken Kamoy. Erskine, and a bit of a heat check there for Finley Erskine as he misses the mid-range. Ilahoya, former tennis player turned basketball player, in and out with the mid-range. And a whistle has gone. That's another foul against Great Britain. That's their second team foul. As the United Arab Emirates and Austria warm up ahead of their quarter-final matchup scheduled for 7 p.m. Timeout is called. In 20 minutes' time, the quarter-finals of the first ever 3x3 World Championships will commence. And it's been the Finley Erskine show here in Sun City. That's Kenya's lone score thus far. A wild hook from the veteran Itiken Tamoy. For the first time representing Kenya on the global stage. He's represented his nation proudly all across Africa. Ilahoya did well to collect that. Sloan retrieves. Tonna feeling it himself. Doesn't get the shot to go. Leach with the rebound. Leach into the game and on the score sheet as Finley Erskine takes a well-deserved breather. Great Britain up 7-1, 6:29 to play. And it's very much deja vu from this morning when Great Britain won the game as Kenya get a score. Great Britain won 19-5 as Leach scores. But Great Britain, they want to reach the magic 21, it seems, and they're all business as a whistle has gone before Finley Tonna got the shot up. And another whistle has gone. And a third team foul for Great Britain, as Finley Tonner this time is the culprit of a holding foul. Here come Kenya straight away. A team of shooters here. Leach loses the handle, collects. Sloan all alone. Sloan misses the shot from the baseline. Caleb Adio with the one-hander, and the putback is money for Itaken Tamoy. Leach will pull up, and that rattles around the rim and out, as Robert Kimothu will just about collect. Adio puts it in, and the Kenya women's team erupts on the sidelines with joy, and a steal for Kenya. Chance to narrow the gap a little bit more. Two-pointer is good. That's actually a long one-pointer for Adio. And they're just going to double-check to see if that's a one or a two. Either way you look at it, Kenya have narrowed the gap as we enter the halfway point, and it's getting a little bit interesting now as Kenya look to gain revenge from defeat earlier on this morning to Great Britain. Great Britain, who started hot, but right now have let Kenya into this. But that's due to Kenya's tenacious spirit, their competitive fire within them. They will not give up the fight. Referee's just checking to see if that is a one or a two-pointer. And it's confirmed as a one-pointer. So it's a three-point game. And Great Britain have called a timeout with 5:08 to play. Great Britain, who are sitting pretty and comfortable, have now got themselves into a bit of a troublesome predicament. And Kenya are edging closer into this one. They've certainly had the better spell right now, the team from Africa. Following on from this, it's our first quarterfinal as the United Arab Emirates take on Austria. Tonner, Erskine with the score. Much needed score for Great Britain as they now have a 4-point lead. Shot is up, no good from Tamoy. Here is Erskine again. Sloan in all kinds of space, but Tonner can't get the pass out to him. Good defense there from Adeyu, who has the ball. He'll shoot it up, and he'll bank it home. That's a two-pointer. 2-point game. Erskine looks to respond and does. What a game Finley Erskine is having. And that pass a little wild and asking a little too much of Caleb Adeyu. Great Britain eager to get on with it. Tonner cuts to the basket beautifully. Adeyu, and that misses everything as Tonner has it. Tonner, Erskine banks it home. Finley Erskine is single-handedly putting Kenya to the sword right now, 12-7, and that timeout has worked wonders for Great Britain. Shot clock winding down for Kenya. That smacks the backboard. Shot clock violation. GB ball. Time out on the floor. 3:46 remaining in our second classification games for 9th spot. Great Britain have weathered the Kenyan storm, and now they have their own thunderstorm laying down on Kenya. They lead 12-7. As we enter the business end of the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships here in glorious Sun City, South Africa. Tonner, why not? Tonner from the foul line, doesn't need an invitation to shoot it from there. Tonner again. Tonner, Erskine doesn't get it, gets his own rebound and he puts it in. It's been the Finley Erskine show here. 3:17 to play. Great Britain 14-7 up. And they get the ball back to Great Britain. Tonner, that man again, Erskine under the basket. This time a whistle has gone. There was two Kenyan players smothering him. And the young man who spent pretty much his entire career with the Lothian Phoenix in Scotland, now playing in Germany, just signed a contract extension until 2027 with Landil. At the line, strings it. Kimothu from the foul line doesn't go. GB up 15-7. Erskine just on a roll right now. Tonner doesn't get it to fall. And Kenya need to get it over the perimeter, which they do. 6 to shoot though for Kenya. In and out from Adeo. Erskine from mid-range. That's no good. Tonner, the offensive board and the score. 16-7. GB on course for 21. And that pass from Tamoy asking a little too much of Caleb Adeo. Remember, these are 10-minute games with a 12-second shot clock. First to 21 or whoever's leading after 10 minutes. Great Britain want to end this early. Tonner inside, behind the basket. Oh, pretty from Finley Tonner. Had to contort his body just to see where the rim was. Ilahoya at the foul line. That's off the back iron. He'll get his own rebound though. Kimothu. Ilahoya. And Tamoy under the basket. And the long arms of Finley Erskine collects the rebound, gets it back, puts it in. 18-7. Kimothu. And Kenya just letting it rain, but right now they're not landing. Erskine. Sloan all alone. Doesn't get it to fall. And the ball will go out of bounds. 1:24 remaining. Great Britain on course for victory here in our second classification game. And Erskine has been the star of the show. From the elbow, he puts it in. Ilahoya has it. Ilahoya sets himself, goes glass, no good. Erskine rebounds. And fading away and on the floor, Finley Tonner. As he hits the deck, gets himself back up. Finley Tonner tougher than a 2-pound steak. As he gets back on defense and Finley Tonner looks to be penalised here by the officials, or given a warning not to do that again as he closed in on Milton Ilahoya. Milton Ilahoya 4 to shoot, 3-second violation on Itaken Tamoy. 49.5 to play. Great Britain will secure their second win of these IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Finley Erskine again, who else? And he nearly got the steal. Kenya can't keep it in play. And the shot clock operator nearly got a ball to the face. Tonner to the basket, too strong. Erskine there again, and a foul is called. Finley Erskine with a chance to settle things with 27.5 to play, 20-7 in favour of Great Britain. As the United Arab Emirates and Austria await their turn in the first quarterfinal of the first ever IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Erskine misses the free throw. He'll get another bite at the cherry though, and a chance to end the game. Finley Erskine does just that. That's game. Great Britain secure their second win, not just in these World Championships, but also against Kenya. They defeat the African nation 21-7. And it was their Super Six, Finley Erskine, that did the damage. He was absolutely flawless and outstanding. Great Britain 21, Kenya 7, United Arab Emirates and Austria are next. It's the first quarter-final here at the IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is on to our next contest between the UAE versus Austria. And first, it will be the UAE onto the floor. Welcome, jersey number 10, Al-Ashmi Mohammed. And number 15, Ramzan Murad Jassim. And number 23, Al-Nabi Mansour. And wearing 69, Al-Herzi Mohammed Hashel. Give it up for the UAE. And now to welcome Austria. Coming in, wearing jersey number 2, Leon Gallagher. And number 4, Hewitt Hagar. And number 8, Mehmet Hayili. And at 24, Christoph Edler.
Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Sun City, South Africa. It is the first quarter-final here at the IWBF 3x3 World Championships. The United Arab Emirates taking on Austria. Welcome back to the Sun City Super Bowl. John Hobbs on hand throughout the evening session as the quarter-finals, along with the classification games, take place here on this lovely resort just outside of Rustenburg. We are in the northwest province of South Africa, the Bakubong village. And we are getting set for our first quarter-final as we inch closer to see who will be crowned the first ever IWBF 3x3 World Champions.
The UAE to tip off.
The United Arab Emirates will get us started as Mohammed Al-Shimi, Mohammed Al-Hebzi, Mansour Al-Nakbi and Jassim Ramzan take the floor for the UAE. For Austria, Christoph Edler, Leon Verleger, Hubert Hager and Mehmet Hereli.
In 5, 4, 3x3.
El Hashmi and Hereli start on the sidelines for their respective nations as the first attempt is way off and we will get an Austria ball. Edler asking a little too much there of Hubert Hager. Al-Nakbi. Ramzan. 6 to shoot for the United Arab Emirates. And the shot there no good. Shot clock is still winding down. And Ramzan gets it to fall. Haga loses the handle, but bailed out with a whistle. Al-Nakbi immediately puts his hands up. A mouth-watering quarter-final awaits us next as Australia take on Canada. technical foul called, so the United Arab Emirates will get free throws. A bit of deliberation. As Ramzan will head to the stripe, the UAE chance to extend their lead. Ramzan does just that. So the UAE off to a 2-0 start to get us underway in our first quarter-final. Who will be in the semi-finals of the inaugural World Championships? Al Nakbi, that's a 2. That's off the back iron. And Christoph Edler the board. Haga. Verlegger in all kinds of room. Haga decides to go with a lone. And a foul was called, and Hubert Haga will actually head to the strike. Hubert Haga has really adjusted superbly here in these 3x3 games. The master of the traditional 5-on-5. As it does a bit of a victory lap, and it rolls in. Ramzan finds a bit of room. How did he find that slither of space? But he got it to fall. United Arab Emirates up 3-1. I think Ramzan a little too enthusiastic there, trying to get the ball off Leon Verlegger, and who plays his basketball in Graz. Here is Christoph Edler, Hubert Haga on the ball. Haga. And that one doesn't fall for Hubert Haga. El Nakbi off the back. And that'll go out of bounds right onto the DJ table, where DJ Undlov is pumping out the tunes. A mixture of world music and traditional African music. Haga under the hoop, doesn't get the drop. A whistle has gone. It's been a scrappy start thus far between these two teams. They know what's at stake. Both teams not giving an inch right now. 3-1 to the United Arab Emirates. Al Nakbi will let the ball go out of bounds. Oh, in fact, did that come off him last? Nope. Ball will stay with the UAE. Will go to the UAE. Ramzan thought about it. Now he'll go a little more closer to the hoop and bury it. Patient build-up play, and he gets the steal. UAE leading 4-1, and right now, certainly the better of the two teams, not just on the score sheet, but overall as well. They've got more grit to them, and they just really wanting it more right now. Austria, a little bit of a funk, but they didn't get to the quarterfinals by accident. Haga, Verlegger. Verlegger has a bit of room, and Haga just about collects that and hits the deck, and a shot clock violation anyway. Al Nakbi, Ramzan, a mid-range shot, and Haga with the rebound. Haga still has it, 6 to shoot. Edler can't hang on. Al Nakbi says thank you very much. Al Nakbi. Here is Al Hebzi back to Ramzan. 5-1 UAE. Verlegger. And a whistle has gone. There was a deflection there as Ramzan was looking to steal it off Haga. Christoph Edler. Edler still keeping the dribble alive. Verlegger under the hoop. Gets it. much needed score for Austria, coming up to 3 minutes played. Ramzan, runner, no good. Haga with the rebound. Edler back to Haga, 3-second violation on Hubert Haga. And a timeout has been called. 6:55 to play. United Arab Emirates up 5-2 in our first quarter-final over Austria. However, one thing to add to that is the United Arab Emirates with 5 team fouls right now. So they are toying with foul trouble. Once you get over 6, it's free throws for the opposing team. So Austria by no means out of this. Ramzan gets past Filega. Fade away. No, he'll go to Al Nakbi. Al Nakbi, catch and shoot. And that is off. Edler. Christoph Edler. He'll pull up and he'll bank it home. And we have a 2-point game here. Al Nakbi. Al Nakbi collides into his own teammate. And that shot misses everything. As Ramzan just apologises for colliding into him. Edler. Edler fading away. And Christoph Edler will go to the line and a chance to cut the deficit now to a point. Christoph Edler composes himself. And it's 5-4 now to the United Arab Emirates. And the UAE now on 6 fouls, so dicing with danger. Al Nakbi doesn't get it. Haga with the rebound. Here is Edler. Edler, Haga, beautiful. In and the foul. We're tied at 5. Austria now with a chance to take the lead here. A 4-0 run by Austria at the moment. Chance to make it a 5-0 run. And of course now with the United Arab Emirates over the limit on 7 fouls, there'll be free throws from here on out as Haga makes the first. And makes them both. 6-0 run for Austria. Lob pass collected by Edler. The momentum has shifted here as the landscape changes in favour of Austria. Another whistle has gone. And looks like Haga went out of bounds. So the United Arab Emirates will get it, but before that we have a timeout with 5:32 to play, and Austria, having trailed 5-1, have raced back in emphatic fashion and lead 7-5. Once again, we welcome everyone wherever you are across the world here on the IWBF YouTube channel. It is the men's quarterfinals here in Sun City, South Africa. Big thank you to our event organisers over at the WBSA, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa. Our global partners at RGK Wheelchairs that are providing a repair station behind the practice courts here at the Sun City Super Bowl. big thank you to the hosts, Sun City Resorts. Incredible, breathtaking resorts with casinos, shops, restaurants, safari packages, everything you could possibly want here on the Bakubang village. Comes out. There seems to be an issue with one of the straps on his wheelchair, so he comes out. Mehmet Hayrili comes in. And the UAE get us back underway. Al-Nakbi looking to go for the shot, but he's met by Hayrili, and he still gets it anyway. Mansour Al-Nakbi brings it to within one, and he gets the rebound off the miss from Hayrili. Chance for the United Arab Emirates to tie inside, and the miss there from Al-Hebzi. Felega, the runner. No. Ball is loose. It's batted around. Who has it? The United Arab Emirates have it. Al-Nakbi gets past Felega. Ramzan, Al-Hebzi, no. Ramzan on the follow, no. 4:40 to play in this quarter-final. Chance to be in the final four. Felega, Edler, the finish. Al-Hebzi, ball is loose. Hayrili has it. Austria up 8-6. Christoph Edler, let's fly. That's a one-pointer if it goes, but it does not. Edler, though, still has it. 7 on the shot clock. Hayrili, and he puts it in. And now there's some separation in this game. Austria have a 3-point lead. Al-Nakbi, no. Ramzan with an impressive rebound, and he's fouled by Mehmet Hayrili. And that will be one shot to come for the United Arab Emirates. Ramzan will go to the line just as soon as the timeout ends. 9-6 in favour of Austria. Winners of this will meet the winners of Australia and Canada. That game is up next after this one here in Sun City. The other quarterfinals pit Spain against Malaysia and Portugal against Poland. Of course, Malaysia with an incredible victory on the buzzer against Egypt, and Portugal winning in overtime against Croatia. As Hubert Hugger returns to the fray. Hugger with the rebound. Here is Felega. Hugger off the window. Al-Nakbi, he lets fly, and that's off to the right. Hugger the rebound. Here is Edler. Christoph Edler. Around it goes. Hugger off balance. Ball is loose. That will be an Austria ball. 3:27 to play. And the United Arab Emirates' foul trouble, you'd think would have come back to haunt them, but Austria have just been offensively strong in this one. And Austria looking to become the first team to reach the semi-finals. They still have work to do. The United Arab Emirates are a talented team. They want this as much as they do, but Haga puts even more separation between the two teams. 11-6. 3:10 remaining. Wild shot smacks the backboard. That'll be a shot clock violation against the United Arab Emirates. Edler, that would have been a one-pointer. Felega gets the rebound, passes it to Edler. What a pass from Felega. 6-point game, beautiful pass from Al Nakbi. Al Hebzi can't get it though. At this stage, you need those to go in. Christoph Edler goes out of bounds, so the United Arab Emirates get a reprieve. Ramzan will set himself, and he won't knock down the two, but gets the steal, anticipating where that pass was going. Ramzan now putting the moves on Edler, and a 3-second violation has been called. Haga a 2, that's off to the left. Felega, the offensive rebound. And Leon Felega, the unsung hero right now for Austria. 13-6, 2:13 to play. The UAE need 2-pointers, but Al Nakbi misses on that occasion. Haga under the hoop, sets himself and puts it in. 14-6 and a steal. Edler, but one pass too many. Al Nakbi inside it goes. The finish from Al Hebzi. The United Arab Emirates though need stops. Edler doesn't fall. Rebounded by Ramzan. And the third team foul for Austria, still within their limit. UAE with 7 fouls to their name, so free throws every time they foul. Ramzan gets it stripped by Felega. Here is Christoph Edler. Christoph Edler, the finish. Al Nakbi blocked by Felega. Haga looking to put Al Nakbi in a spin cycle. Swings it. Edler has it. Edler puts it up. No good. Ramzan, they need shots here to fall. He puts it up. And that misses everything. 15-7. Edler has a bit of room. No. Al Nakbi the rebound. Here is Ramzan. Ramzan nearly went out of bounds. Swings it. And it goes out of bounds. And final minute, 54.6 to play, and Austria look set to become the first nation to reach the semi-finals. Haga with the offensive board. Edler puts it in. That's the icing on the cake. That should be that. Ramzan misses everything. Here is Edler. There is Haga. And swiped by Al Nakbi. And that'll be free throws for Austria with 27.2 to play. And Austria will meet the winners of Australia or Canada, which is up next. Of course, it's first to 21, or whoever's leading after 10 minutes, and well, at this rate, Austria could reach that magic number. Al-Nakbi misses everything. And that'll be a shot clock violation. 14.3 to play. There's only a 2-second differential between the shot, the game clock. But it's academic as Austria will march to the semi-finals here in Sun City. The seconds tick down. And there'll be European representation, no doubt about it, in the semi-finals. Austria are through to the last four. And before the buzzer went, there was a whistle. So the referees are just going to double check. Austria and Canada await in the tunnel. Just double checking to see what transpires here. There are the referees just having a look at the monitor. But Austria have booked their place in the semi-finals. They will meet the winner of Australia-Canada. Spain against Malaysia, Portugal against Poland are the other quarterfinals. The winner of the latter two games will meet each other in the last four as well. Of course, there's classification games taking place as well as the battle for ninth commences a bit later on. Poland looking on behind the basket. Croatia taking on Great Britain, and Kenya taking on Slovenia will wrap up day two once the quarterfinals have taken place. Referee still checking over something here. We will see what's going on in just a second. Two teams just there having a quick chat whilst we have this break and play. A big thank you to our event sponsors, RGK, our global partners, the event organisers, WBSA, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa, as we bring you the first ever global 3x3 tournament for wheelchair basketball, as the IWBF looks to expand its reach as more nations can participate on the world stage, whether it's in the traditional 5-on-5 format or 3x3. These are an open world championships, as teams sent their invites to participate in this prestigious event. No doubt it'll get better and better It'll have tough shoes to fill because this has been an absolutely incredible, unforgettable event thus far, and we still have quarterfinals and semi-finals, and of course the final itself to come in both the men and the women. As we now get the referee coming back onto the court, we'll see what goes on. And it looks like the United Arab Emirates will get a free throw. Regardless of how you look at it, though, Austria will get the win and progress to the semi-finals. Free throw will now be taken. It's missed, and 0.1 seconds on the clock, and that'll do it. Well, we got there in the end. Austria defeat the United Arab Emirates 18-7. They progress to the semi-finals. Congratulations to Austria. It's the classification rounds now for the United Arab Emirates. Up next, it is a box office encounter between Australia and Canada. Don't go anywhere. The evening session continues.
Congratulations, Austria! Ladies and gentlemen, up next, a contest between Australia and Canada. And first to take the floor will be the men from Australia. First to take the floor, at number 5, Thomas Klein. Following at number 6, Leslie Dalton. And number 13, Luke Popel. Finally at number 14, Jake Coveney. Give it up for Australia. Next up, we've got the men from Canada. And coming in at number 5, Garrett of Everton. Wearing jersey number 7, Vincent Delary. And number 9, Colin Higgins.
paper, this could pass as a potential final. However, Australia and Canada meet here in our second quarter-final. And the winners will meet Austria in the last four. Hello everyone, welcome back to the IWBF YouTube channel. John Hobbs on hand for our second quarter-final. And this should be an absolute bonanza, a box office game between two powerhouse nations in the wheelchair basketball world. And they are going to lock horns here in the inaugural 3x3 World Championships. Australia get the first possession. Australia with Thomas Klein, Lachlan Dalton, Luke Popel and Jake Kavanagh. Canada rolling with Garrett Stepchuk, Vincent Dallaire, Colin Higgins and Lee Melamick. Here we go. Popel, Dalton, and the rebound taken by Higgins. Dallaire sweeps it wide, welcomed by a Stepchuk off the window, no. Higgins on the follow, Canada off the mark. And the Canada women's team in full effect with their support for the men. Two to shoot, Popel's got to get a move on, puts it up. Shot clock, or excuse me, yes it is a shot clock violation against the Aussies. Met by cheers from the Canada women in the stands. The Aussie women are courtside watching on. Higgins accelerates to the basket. 2-0 in favour of Canada. Made it out of Group C. Australia out of Group B. And the ball is loose. It goes out of bounds. Here is Popel. Popel looking for a bit of room, gets the runner up, and it's taken by Higgins. Dallaire looking for the screen, no pick and roll as Stepchuk gets it. Now Dallaire gets it, nonchalantly puts it in. Vincent Dallaire inside, 3-0 to Canada. Popel was thinking about the two from the wing. Dallaire nearly got the steal. Klein wants it, Klein gets it, the lefty. And a shot clock violation is the call. Of course, we have 12-second shot clocks in 3x3 basketball. Dallaire. And there's 4 to shoot now for Canada. Higgins fading away, high off the glass. And the ball is batted by Klein and welcomed in by Purple. Popel now spins around and resets. Dalton with 4 on the shot clock. Dalton, let's fly! A Stepchuk. Higgins, 5 on the shot clock. Higgins thinks about the 2. He'll go for the 2. He'll bury a 2. Whatever you could do, I could do better. Dalton. 5-2 in favour of Canada. Dalton from the mid-range. That's long. Dallaire collects. A Stepchuk. Higgins, offensive foul. And Australia get the ball. Lachlan Dalton in position. First team foul for Canada. Popel. A 2, that's off to the left. Higgins. Higgins, a Stepchuk just got the layup to go up. Dallaire with the rebound, that ball goes out of bounds. Here is Higgins. Higgins loses the handle, uncharacteristic of the Canada number 9. As the ball lands right into the hands of Lee Melimick, waiting to come in. Here is Dalton. Dalton nearly exploited the lane there, but comes out. That's a 2. And the friendly roll not kind for Lachlan Dalton. Higgins. Higgins at the elbow, looking for a step chuck, finds him. Wild shot goes in. And we have a timeout on the floor. Canada have certainly made the better start, but never count out the Australians. It is 6-2 in favor of Canada. As we see some of the highlights of the early stages of the game, Colin Higgins stringing one from outside. There is the scoop, call that a scoop hook maybe, from Garrett Stepchuk. Up next after this game, it'll be Spain against Malaysia. Dalton, a mid-range. Dalton, a man from Clayton, a suburb in Melbourne. As Higgins off to the right with his 2-pointer. Here is Dalton again. Lobs it wide to Kavanagh. Kavanagh on the spin, scores. Jake Kavanagh, the Perth Wheelcats man. Here is Higgins. Dumps it to Dallaire. Dallaire, no! Agonizingly falls out. It was half in and then decided against going in. Kavanagh. 3 to shoot. Kavanagh over Higgins. Kavanagh the finish. Higgins. Higgins putting the moves on Dalton. In a bit of trouble, finds a Stepchuk who bails him out, can't get it under the basket. Dalton collects the loose change. Dalton methodical, a 2. And a Stepchuk the rebound. Higgins. Higgins dumps it to a Stepchuk. Dallaire, great ball movement from Canada, but the finish lacking. Here is Dalton. Lachlan Dalton glides. Klein can't finish. Stepchuk in a bit of trouble. The ball is loose. Dallaire helps him out. Higgins, 4 to shoot. Higgins lets fly from the wing. That's short. Gets his own rebound. Higgins finds a bit of room. A little off balance. Still has the ball. Goes glass. Lachlan Dalton putting the moves on Dallaire, finds Kavanagh. Kavanagh is short, but Stepchuk collects. Higgins dumps it to a Stepchuk, gets it to go, and a foul. Garrett, a Stepchuk, right place, right time. And he'll go to the line for a bonus. Canada up 8-4, 4:28 to go in our second quarterfinal. The winners of this game meet Austria in the semi-finals. Spain, Malaysia up next. Canada up 4. Purple exploits a lane, and the whistle has gone. Foul is called. That's a second team foul for Canada in this one. 4:21 to play. Popel has a lane, nearly exploits it. Kavanagh picks up the loose pieces. A Stepchuk. Higgins, risky pass. Higgins gets it, finishes. Luke Popel on the ball. Purple again finds a lane, ball fake, Up it goes, no good. Kavanagh, no. Ball batted, it's loose, it will go out of bounds. And we have a timeout with 3:51 to play. Can Jake Kavanagh bring Australia back from 4 points down in the final 3 minutes and 51 seconds? Can Australia come from behind, or can Canada get to the semi-finals of the IWBF 3x3 World Championships? They're good value for their lead right now, as the men in black look to be in the last four. Opal, a two-pointer, buries one from the top. And now Australia are back in this. A step chuck fakes, doesn't finish, and now Australia can cut it to within one or even tie just like that. Popel. Klein, two to shoot. Klein, the mid-range. That misses everything. A step chuck. Higgins. Higgins thought about it. Four to shoot. Good defense from Popel. Higgins still has it. Can't get it. Has his own rebound. Don't think even he could believe that he was left open there. Dalton. Dalton, three to shoot. Dalton, the runner, no. Higgins was going for a step chuck, but gives it right back to Popel. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Popel to the cup. 1 point game, 2:46 to play. Higgins. This is what quarterfinal basketball is all about. Who wants it more? A step chuck. Shot clock violation. The basket will not count. Dalton. Dalton for the lead, and it's short. A step chuck. Well, how the form has changed in this one. Canada looked comfortable. Two to shoot for Higgins. He'll throw it up. That's no good. Klein rebounds. Chance for Australia to tie or take the lead again. Popel for the tie. No, a step chuck rebounds. Final 2 minutes. Dallaire. Dallaire finds Higgins fading away. And a foul has been called. And Colin Higgins will head to the line. Timeout has been called by Canada. This has been a really intense contest. And the stakes right now are high as we have a look at some of the key plays of the game thus far. It's certainly been a mid-ranger's dream. Basket scored, we are told, did not count, so it is still 9-8. Well, the last basket before that, due to a shot clock violation. So Canada have restored a 2-point lead. 1:37 to play. Here is Higgins. Canada 1 minute and 30 seconds away from a semi-final place. Dallaire, a wild shot. 8 to shoot for Purple. Popel looking for help. Popel, the mid-range. Popel gets it. It's a 1 point game. A step chuck Wild pass, it finds Higgins. Higgins slows it down. 3 to shoot for Colin Higgins. Has to put it up. Doesn't fall, and a chance for Australia to tie or take the lead. Lachlan Dalton, the runner, no. He'll pass it out instead. Purple has it. Popel goes again for the mid-range. And Higgins collects. Final 45 seconds. Canada looking to hold on. They have a slender 1-point lead. Dallaire, the bounce pass, a step chuck. 32 seconds left. Australia looking for the tie. Dalton can't get it. A step chuck with the rebound. Higgins collects. Higgins, Dallaire, the one-hander, dagger! Vincent Dallaire has secured Canada's path, or has they, to the semi-finals. 9.4 remaining. It's still a long time in basketball, but Vincent Dallaire with a clutch bucket, doing Quebec proud. Well, this blockbuster quarterfinal has lived up to its billing. It's been a thrilling encounter between these two heavyweights in wheelchair basketball. .4 to play. Australia now in desperation mode. That too is no good. 4 seconds remaining. It's a Canada ball. And they will look to hold it here as Lachlan Dalton with the foul. And Higgins will slow it. And that will do it. Canada have a date with Austria tomorrow in the semi-finals. They have edged past Australia 12-9. Congratulations to Canada. Australia unfortunate. A strong showing from the Asia-Oceania powerhouse. But they will fall to the classifications. For Canada, it's Final Four joy as they beat Australia 12-9. They will meet Austria in the semi-finals. Up next, it is Spain against Malaysia. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, on to the next one, as we welcome Spain versus Malaysia. Coming in all the way from Spain, winning number 21, Pablo Romandela. At 22, Manuel Enrique Lorenzo. At
Well, anything can happen here in 3x3 basketball. And our next match typifies that as Malaysia won it at the buzzer in their round of 16 clash with Egypt.
Give it up for Malaysia.
And they will meet Spain in this quarter-final, the third quarter-final. And a chance to see who will meet either Poland or Portugal in the last four. Hello everyone, welcome back to the IWBF YouTube channel, wherever you are across the world. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this wonderful channel. So much incredible basketball still coming your way over the coming months. The America's Cup taking place in Bogota, Colombia. The European Championships taking place in Sarajevo in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Just two of the events going on. But for now, it is quarterfinal number 3. Malaysia in black, Spain in white. Quarterfinal number 3 incoming. Here is Garcia. Ortega off the glass. Pablo Lavadiera, Manuel Lorenzo, Ignacio Ortega, and Adrian Garcia make up the Spanish roster. Razali Kancic, Karthik Pathi, Mohamed Atib Zakraya, and Ye Bing Tan are the Malaysia team. Here is Pathi on the ball. Bing Tan, Pathi. And Pathi's mid-range hits the back iron. Spain up 1-0 thus far. Ortega can't hang on. The ball is loose. The ball goes out of bounds. There you see the patented Wilson 3-on-3 basketball exclusively for 3x3 competition. A size 6 ball with the size 7 weight. Advanced paneling to allow for better traction on these different style courts that you're used to if you're a 5x5 or a 5-on-5 player. Wing Tan, 3 to shoot. Pathi all alone, misses the layup. Here is Ortega, Lavandiera. And, Spain up to a 2-0 lead over Malaysia. And we have a whistle. Just have a clash of chairs. Here is Bing Tan. Zakraya, a 2-pointer that grazes the rim. Bing Tan racing for it. Lavadiera beats him to it. Great pass to Lorenzo, but Lorenzo off balance, couldn't hold on, but bailed out with a whistle. Ortega, well, the pass directed to Ortega was intercepted by Zakraya. Poland and Portugal warming up the all-European quarter-final. The winner of this game will meet the winner of Portugal-Poland. Right now, Spain up 2-0 on the team from Asia. And Pathi can't hold on, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Spain will collect. Ortega, and the ball is loose, and it goes out of bounds. Spain get us back underway. As the shot no good from Garcia. And Garcia will get one shot for his trouble. We've played 2 minutes and a bit of change in quarterfinal number 3. As Garcia makes the resulting free throw. And it's 3-0 to Spain. And a 2-pointer is money for Kancic, the hero of the last game. And a whistle has gone. And just like that, Malaysia within 1. Zakraya. Kancic wants it. Good defense though from Lavandiera, and he keeps it alive. Ortega all alone. Zakraya. Zakraya nearly lost the ball. He does lose the ball, and it's out of bounds as Garcia can't hang on. Referees just want to have a look at something. 7:16 to play. Spain up 4-2. Remember, it's 10-minute games, first to 21, or whoever is leading after 10 minutes of play. The Malaysians and Spanish just waiting to see what the result is. See what the end result is from the referees just having a look at the monitor, as you can see it there. Well, while we got this break in play, big shout outs to WBSA for organising this wonderful event, the first ever 3x3 World Championships. There will be 2 shots to come. In fact, excuse me, there will not be 2 shots to come. My apologies. It's 2 fouls for Malaysia. We can totally see what's going on here in the stands as Garcia gets a 1-pointer. 5-2 now in favour of Spain. Ball is loose. Here is Ortega. Ortega off balance. And an offensive foul is called, much to the frustration of Ignacio Ortega. And we have a timeout on the floor. With 6:52 remaining, Spain lead 5-2. As we welcome you to the evening session here on day 2, the penultimate day of the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. We know our first semi-final taking place tomorrow as Austria will take on Canada, as Zakraya's 2-pointer is nothing but air. Of course, the winner of Spain-Malaysia here will take on the winner of Poland-Portugal in the second semi-final. And that shot, or that pass, excuse me, smacks Lavadiera on the back, and Malaysia come up with it, 6 to shoot. Kancic with a 2 and the foul! Big shot, and a chance now for Malaysia to tie, and the first ever 3-point play opportunity here in this 3-on-3 World Championships, but Kancic fluffs his lines. Big shot, Razali in the house. 5 to 4. Lavandiera one-handed, got it. Here is Kancic. Finds Pathy. Back to Kancic. And that's short. Sakraya gets the rebound. Off balance, and he puts it in. Right now, Malaysia are making circus shots look easy. Lorenzo gets it. Manuel Lorenzo, the two-time Paralympian, with the bucket, and Spain have a 7-5 lead. Sakraya on the deck, helps himself back up. Well, 5:43 remaining, and we have ourselves a ball game here still. The competitive nature of Malaysia frustrating the European powerhouse Spain. And we resume. Sakraya lobs one up, and that'll be a shot clock violation, and Spain get the ball. Lorenzo, Ortega gets it to go. And Spain have a 3-point lead. 5:25 remaining here in the third quarterfinal. Poland, Portugal up next in our final quarterfinal. Offensive foul is the call. And after the quarterfinals, the evening session wraps up with Croatia and Great Britain as Lorenzo gets the one-pointer inside. As Croatia take on Egypt, and Great Britain take on Slovenia to wrap up day 2. Lorenzo inside, no good. And Lorenzo gets it at the second attempt. There's a scrap for the ball here, and referee calls for calm. Lorenzo showing that competitive fire within. Ortega backhands the two-pointer. And the ball, well, Sakraya could have collected that, but instead he batted it right out of bounds. 4:33 to play. Here is Ortega. Lorenzo glides and off balance, falls over, and a foul is called. Manuel Lorenzo just holding his elbow a little bit. Slight grimace. Spain up 10-5. But it's been hard work for them. It's been a competitive game, which typifies a traditional quarterfinal. Ortega not giving Razali Kancic an inch there. As Ye Bing Tan back in for Malaysia, the number 8. Pathy wanted it, but Lorenzo cuts him off. Bing Tan now has it. Bing Tan still with the ball. Gets past Lorenzo. Pathy, the extra pass, and the finish inside from Zakraya. Ortega answers for Spain. And we have a timeout. And Spain are up 6, but it's not been comfortable for the European side. They have really been made to work for this. Malaysia, certainly not quarter-finalists by accident. As you see the highlights thus far, we'd like to welcome you to the IWBF YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe wherever you are across the world. Of course, you can follow us on social media. Just search for IWBF across all good social networking platforms. You know the ones by now. Zakraya. 5 to shoot. Pathy just about tips it, but it will be a shot clock violation. Of course, 12-second shot clocks in 3x3 basketball as opposed to the traditional 24 you get in the 5-on-5 game. 3:39 to play. Spain 12-6 up. Here is Lorenzo. Ortega. Ortega one-handed over Bing Tan. And Ortega claims that he stole the ball from Bing Tan, but unfairly so, says the official. So Malaysia will have it. As Ortega accepts his fate and play resumes. Zakraya. Zakraya thought about the 2. Bing Tan has it. Back to Zakraya. Zakraya sets himself. That will not count. Shot clock violation. Spain's defense, we've not spoken much about it, but Spain's defense has been suffocating in the last, particularly in the last 3 minutes or so. Ortega puts it in, and Spain up 14-6. Zakraya, Pathy, Bing Tan just about, no, he collects, the ball is loose, and Lavandiera has it. Lorenzo off balance. He wants a foul, but Malaysia keep going. Spain now flexing. They're up 9. And that's a foul on Lorenzo. That'll be the 3rd foul for Spain in this one. Malaysia on 4 fouls. Zakraya batted out of bounds by Ortega. As mentioned, Spain not giving Malaysia an inch. And the further from the perimeter they are, the more like a pack of hounds they become. As the shot no good from Kancic. Lorenzo puts it in. And the steal from Lorenzo. Ortega. And great basketball, particularly from Manuel Lorenzo, the number 22. And now Spain on the verge of a Final Four spot. They lead 17-6. A 7-0 run by the European side. And while the defense has been suffocating, they do run the risk of being a little too enthusiastic and a little too physical. That's the fourth foul for Spain. Both teams now on 4 fouls. Fading away is Zaclaya. And the ball collected by Lavadiera. Ortega did well to get it. No, it won't count. As the referee says that Lavadiera was not outside the perimeter. And we have a timeout for Spain. 1:50 to play. And Spain, they could either reach the magic number of 21, or they can hold on for the final minute and 50 as we have a look at some of the key plays of this game. Manuel Lorenzo been getting it done in both facets of the game for Spain. Of course, coming up next, our final quarterfinal between Poland and Portugal. Here is Kancic. Kancic inside to Zaclaya. Great defense again from Lorenzo, the unsung hero of this Spanish side, and he nearly got the ball there, but the ball will instead go out of bounds. .131 to play. Kancic throws one up. That's off the back iron. Kancic. Zaclaya off balance, and the whistle has gone. And Malaysia with a free throw here as Mohamed Atib Zaclaya to the line misses the free throw. Lavandiera Ortega, good steal away there from Zaclaya. Kancic, and that too is no good. Kancic will go for it along with Zaclaya. Zaclaya met by Ortega. Pathy one-handed, misses everything. Spain will get the ball back. 53 seconds to play. Spain still with an outside chance of making 21 points. Ortega buries a 2. Well, that's slim chance has just increased a little bit. 44.9 to play. Spain all set for a spot in the last 4. And Malaysia's brave run looks to be heading to its end, but they will still have the classification rounds to play for. Kancic with the ball. Here is Pathy off the glass. Ortega, Lavadiera was cutting to the basket and a smile on his face. Ortega going for the auspicious bounce pass. Zaclaya, Lorenzo all over him. And that's just the tale of the two teams. Lorenzo's defense has been absolutely first-class elite from Spain's number 22. Lavandiera. Ortega driving. Ortega just about gets it. What a pass, and Lorenzo finishes it off. Spain in the semi-finals. That will do it. 20-7. Spain advance. And a great run by Malaysia. They will still be playing a few more games tomorrow. But congratulations to Spain. They are semi-final bound. Up next, it's Poland against Portugal. The evening session continues.
Sandra Conde. And number 12, Jorge Candeiro. And 13, João Reis. Give it up for Portugal. And next, for the dance, the man from Poland. Introducer at number 3, Dominic Mosler. Coming in at number 4, Matthias Stank.
Well, it is time for the final quarter-final here in Sun City, South Africa, as the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships comes down to the nitty-gritty. Hello everyone, John Hobbs on hand for the evening session here in the lovely Sun City Resort. We welcome you on the IWBF YouTube channel. This is our final quarter-final for the men. The action will conclude later on with our classification games as Croatia take on Egypt and Great Britain take on Slovenia. But now it's time for our fourth and final quarter-final, and the winner of this game will have a date with Spain in the last four tomorrow. We welcome you, as said, to the IWBF YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the premier destination for all things wheelchair basketball. Of course, loads of great tournaments across the continent, in the Americas, in Europe, happening this summer. Of course, as we build up to the World Championships in Canada next year in Ottawa. And of course the Commonwealth Games taking place in Glasgow as well. This exact court here for 3x3 basketball, as Filipski gets the shot to go. This court was the same court used for the Birmingham Commonwealth Games back in 2022. There you go, a little bit of a fact for you. Portugal going with Pedro Bartolo, Jorge Carneiro, Alexandre Conde and João Reis. For Poland, Matus Filipski, Andrzej Maciek, Dominic Mosler and Matt Stan. And Stan's defense stifling Bartolo. Bartolo throws one up. That just about beats the shot clock, but the ball goes out of bounds. Great to have the Portugal fans joining us for the quarterfinals. We were wondering where you guys were for the last few games, but it's great to have you on board as we welcome you to the world stage here in South Africa. Matus Filipski, one of the most deadly offensive players on the planet. Getting busy though right now for Poland. 2-0 they lead. 2-pointer on the way from João Reis is no good. These two very proud European nations. They all love their sport. It's football the main sport in these two countries, but hey, basketball isn't far behind. Very proud basketball pedigree, these two nations, but Poland right now out to a 3-0 lead. Here is Bartolo. Pedro Bartolo puts one up and nails one. And Portugal off and running. Here is Matt Stan. Matt Stan thought about it. Matus Filipski will get it, and it won't fall. Matt Stan was thinking about the mid-range. Of course, he was letting them fly from his grandma's backyard to practice for these World Championships. As Bartolo hits the mid-range himself, here is Stan. He will let fly. And that one's off. And Maciek wanted that rebound, but Bartolo denied him access. If you've just joined us, you've missed our first 3 quarterfinals. Where were you guys? As Poland and Portugal meet in our final quarterfinal, the winner will meet Spain. We have one semi-final all lined up as Austria take on Canada tomorrow. That should be a thrilling encounter. Matus Filipski given all the time in the world. Joel Hees. Hees puts up a 2 in and out. Matt Stan, the man who plays his basketball in Nottingham for the Jaguars in the United Kingdom, with the rebound. Filipski to Maciek, no good. There is Stan on the follow. Good defense from Bartolo. And here is Carnero. Carnero sets himself the lefty. And that just about touches the rim. Stan inside. Off balance, still gets it to go. 5-2 to Poland as we come up to 3 minutes played in this game. 12-second shot clocks. First to 21, or whoever leads after 10 minutes. Bartolo going for the spectacular, but a shot clock violation as the Portuguese regulars in the European Division B Championships against the established Division A side from Poland. Of course, Poland with an eye on the European Championships in October in Sarajevo. As a timeout is called on the floor with 3 minutes and a bit of change played in our final quarter-final. Once again, we welcome you to Sun City, South Africa, a luxurious resort built in the late 70s, 1979, here in Bakubung village, close to Rustenburg, about 90 miles or so, give or take, northwest of Johannesburg. Musical stars as Bartolo lines up a 2. Musical stars such as Rod Stewart, Elton John, as recently as Nicki Minaj have all performed here. As Hees throws one up. And here is Filipski. Filipski backs it home. Averaged 27 points in the IWBF Champions Cup this season for his club Galatasaray in Turkey. As Bartolo off balance, he wanted a foul, but instead a whistle has gone, and Portugal want to call time on proceedings. Both teams still yet to commit a foul in this contest, but Poland certainly the standout team from day one, continuing to stake their claim. They were the first team to arrive to South Africa, right there, the Poland team, first team to enter this marvellous country. They have enjoyed themselves, but they have come here for one reason and one purpose, and that is to become the first ever world champions. Portugal, though, will not make it easy for them, as Filipski on the ball. Maciek at the foul line. Money. Carnero to Bartolo. Bartolo with one hand. Shot clock was still at around 4 when he put that up. When you're feeling it, I guess. As Bartolo just needs a bit of help getting up to his vertical base as we get set now to restart. Here is Maciek Filipski. Filipski looking for help, surveying what is before him, puts it up himself. And Stan will get the offensive board. And a fresh 12, and Filipski. Well, if you can't get it the first time, just try again. Carneiro, 2 to shoot. Portugal have got a dance. Bartolo, shot clock violation. I don't think Jorge Carneiro was aware of the shot clock there, as Alexandre Conde comes into the game for the first time for Portugal. The man who plays for the Cologne 99ers, had a brief spell in Spain with Barcelona. Here is Filipski thinking about the shot. He's having fun there, is Fifi. Goes to the corner pocket instead. And the rebound taken by Carneiro, and Filipski nearly got the steal. Here is Conde. Bartolo, 2 to shoot. Conde's got to shoot it. It's a shot clock violation again as we enter the halfway mark of our final quarter-final. The winners of this game to face Spain in the All-European semi-finals. Maciek Mosler into the game for Poland, and Mosler on the score sheet. A lot of love for Portugal here in Sun City via the YouTube channel. Loving the support for the Portuguese. Bartolo is short with the mid-range. Mosler and Bartolo fighting for it. Maciek comes up with it. Maciek now with a bit of a lane, and Maciek with a bit of self-service. Conde got to put it up with 4 to shoot, and that'll just hit nothing but the crisp South African air. Well, if you were here, you'd know what I mean. Hot by the day, cold and fresh by night. That is the South African winter here in Sun City. As Conde comes out. As Portugal have it with João Reis. Just about gets it over the timeline. And throws it up, and no good. That'll be a shot clock violation. And we talk about the weather here in South Africa. One thing that we haven't mentioned throughout this tournament is we are at altitude as well. We are around 8,500 feet above sea level here in Sun City. So it has taken some time for the teams, and heck for us as well, to adjust to the temperatures. It's been lovely and hot during the day, but at night it's very bitterly cold. But either way, we move on. We're in the final quarter-final. Poland up 11-2. And no, I'm not a meteorologist, so let's just focus on the basketball for now, huh? Mosler. Maciek all the time in the world, puts in a mid-range. And a wild pass from Carneiro. And now Poland are flexing their muscles here. And Maciek, a whistle went before Maciek was getting the shot up, and we now just have a brief break in play. Shot clock violation is the call. The referees just want to double check something before play continues. 3:32 to play. Poland up by 10 at the current time. Referee now coming back. So we have a shot clock violation. And Poland possession. So we are back underway. 12-2 to Poland. Here is Andrzej Maciek, part of the all-star team at the IWBF 3x3 Europe Cup last year. Mosler off balance, and another shot clock violation to Poland this time. And on the sideline there, Matus Filipski just saying to his teammates that was his fault, should have shouted down the timer. Keese, Bartolo, strings a long one. 1 pointer though. Wheel on the line. Here is Maciek. Maciek losing the handle, keeps it in just. 3 to shoot. Mosler's got to get busy, and Mosler long with the shot. Bartolo to Joel Hies. Hies doesn't get the friendly roll. Mosler beats Carnero to it. Maciek, 2:39 to play. Maciek, all the time to go down the lane, and Sun City Boulevard was kind. 13-3, and Poland well on their way. That's a turnover, and Poland well on their way, it seems, to a semi-final showdown with Spain. Many fans thought that Poland-Spain could have been the final here in South Africa, but it will be instead to see who reaches the final tomorrow, as Mosler behind the basket can't get the fall. There's a battle under the basket as Maciek and Hies in a bit of a tie-up. .206 to play in our final quarter-final. And we have another whistle. Austria and Canada will meet in our first semi-final, and it looks set to be an all-European affair in semi-final number 2. As Poland, as Bartolo makes the midi, as Poland and Spain will lock horns. Mosler, Maciek with the mid-range, strings it. Bartolo. Carnero. Hies throws one. And that did graze the rim, according to the official, who was in good position. Our referees have done an absolutely incredible job throughout the time here in South Africa. Maciek has the ball, 14-4, as we enter the final minute and 30 here in our final quarter-final before the attention draws to the classification games. Egypt and Croatia will be up next, and then the day ends with Great Britain taking on Slovenia. Matt Stan, Mosler, and Mosler puts it in. 1:12 remaining, an 11-point lead. Not impossible, but you've got to believe a little bit on the unassailable side now, as Maciek has it at the foul line. There's the runner, there's the score. It will not count. 3-second violation on Matt Stan, I believe. Oh, excuse me, in fact, yeah, it is on Matt Stan. As Conde comes in and Joel Hies comes out for a breather. Matus Filipski has taken an extended period of time out for Poland, saving himself for the semi-finals and perhaps maybe even the final. Matt Stan with it. Matt Stan puts it up. Matt Stan in and out. Bartolo. Maciek despite being up by double digits. Macic hounding Bartolo. One to shoot. Bartolo throws it up. That's off the back iron. Shot clock is reset. Good rebound from Condi. But we are in the final 20 seconds. Condi's two is partially blocked by Mosler, who can't keep it in. So Poland will be the final team to punch their ticket into the Final Four here at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. It'll be Poland against Spain. And the other semi-final pits, Austria against Canada. The seconds tick down. 1.1 still on the clock, but a shot clock violation in any event. And Mosler will just shoot it up, and that'll do it. Poland are semi-final bound. They were the first team to arrive in South Africa. They had one goal in mind, and that was to win it all. They are inching closer as their coaching staff exchange pleasantries. Poland 15, Portugal 4 is your final. So the semi-final is complete. Poland will take on Spain and Austria will take on Canada. But don't go anywhere, because the evening session continues. Croatia and Egypt is up next.
Ladies and gents, our penultimate contest for the evening. The man from Croatia coming on to dance versus Egypt. Coming on, wearing number 7 from Croatia, Ivan Pazic. Walking the 8, Nikola Bristovic. At number 9, Ademir Demirovic. And then on gate 11, Ante Pivac. Coming on to the floor is the Pharaohs of Egypt. At number 4, Toba Nahdi. At number 5, Mahdi Abbas. And number 6, Muhammad.
Well, we welcome you back to Sun City, and if you have been watching all through today and you watched the first game this morning, you will probably be forgiven if you know that this is probably a grudge match of sorts, as Egypt and Croatia lock horns. Croatia needed overtime to beat Egypt 13-12. Probably one of the games of the tournament, it has to be said. So many talking points in that game. It was so entertaining, and now they battle it out in the penultimate game of day 2 as the classification games now resume, as Slovenia and Great Britain await in our final game of day 2. as the semi-final picture is complete in the men. Tuba Nagdi, Mohamed Adelaziz, Ashraf Anmar and Magdi Abbas for Egypt. Croatia rolling with Stepan Pesic, Nikola Bistrovic, Ademir Demirovic and Ante Stimac. Croatia will get the possession.
3x3 play ball.
And it is time to play ball in Sun City, day 2. And the penultimate game of the evening session taking place. And Pesic doesn't get the drop with the first shot of the game. Here is Abbas. Abbas, here is Anmar. Anmar gets the first score and Egypt off the board. Stimac. Demirovic, great pass to Pesic. Pesic composes himself and puts it in. Abbas. Abbas from the wing. And the rebound taken by Stimac. Demirovic was the target, but it's batted out of bounds by Abbas. Stimac will lob one up, and that did hit the back of the rim, but it happened after the shot clock had expired. Still tied at 1 minute and a bit of change played in our penultimate game of day 2. Abdelaziz to the cup. Here is Stepan Pesic. And the ball out of bounds. Well, we welcome you all to the IWBF YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this premier destination for wheelchair basketball as Ante Stimac hits from around 7 feet. Who will reach the men's final? You've got 4 teams to choose from now. And the shot is good. That's a 2-pointer. And probably the shot of the tournament from Ashraf Anmar. Oh, we've got to see a replay of that at some point. An absolutely wild shot. The referee's just having a check. And they will count it as a 2-pointer, just confirming it. Well, that's a highlight reel shot if ever you'll see one. Stimac. And Stimac answers back. Egypt up by 1. Abbas. Abbas has some space and looks to bank it home, but it hit the back iron instead. Demirovic gets it to go. So deadly from that range. Averaged a double-double in last year's Division B European Championships. Adelaziz, Abbas under pressure. And a whistle has gone. And looks like Mohamed Adelaziz, or excuse me, Magdi Abbas will get free throws for Egypt. We're tied up at 4. And Abbas gives Egypt the lead. What a pass that was from Stimac. Well, he led the team in assists at the European Division B Championships. That's why. Abbas to the basket, no good. Adelaziz picks up the loose change. Demirovic to Pesic. Abbas. Abdelaziz sets himself and whacks the back iron with his shot from the baseline. Magdi Abbas goes to the foul line. Abdelaziz well intercepted there by Ante Stimac. Lovely touch pass from Ashraf Anmar, and Mohamed Abdelaziz, the beneficiary. 6-7, Egypt leads. Stimac cutting to the basket agonizingly too short, and that will go out of bounds. Great cut, great backdoor cut though from Ante Stimac as we have a timeout with 6:44 to play, and it's fairly evenly balanced. Just 1 point separates the two teams, 7-6, as we have a look at some of the highlights of the early stages of this classification game. Slovenia and Great Britain will conclude day 2 following on from this game. Of course, we know our semi-finals playing tomorrow as Austria take on Canada and Spain take on Poland. That'll all be tomorrow, and it'll be live on the IWBF YouTube channel as Demirovic connects. Magdi Abbas. And that pass probably asking a little too much of Ashraf Anmar. Just have a brief break in play there as referee's just having a chat with Mohamed Abdelaziz there and giving him a warning. Pass the ball, check the ball fairly. Here is Stimac. Stimac, lovely fake, doesn't get the finish. Demirovic there to collect, and it again falls out. Pesic had it tipped away from him. See who the ball will belong to. And Egypt will collect as Croatia started. Here is Abdelaziz. As Ashraf Anmar gets it to go. Egypt up by 1. 4 minutes played in our penultimate game of day 2. Demirovic, tough shot, he banks it home over Abdelaziz. Abdelaziz now with it. Abbas. Abbas goes for 2, and that misses everything. Here is Stimac. Stimac with lovely ball control. Demirovic back to Stimac. Looking for Demirovic. No, he'll go it alone. He'll bury it. Ante Stimac with a beautiful move. The fundamentals were absolutely on point. Abdelaziz. Anmar methodically gets his shot up, with a 3-second violation called on Mohamed Abdelaziz. 5:15 to play. Stimac, Demirovic. Demirovic from the baseline. He wants a foul. He gets a foul, and that'll be a one shot for Ademir Demirovic. There he is right there, one of the veterans of this Croatian team. The Verbas man, as he prepares to go to the stripe. 9-8 in favour of Croatia, 5:06 on the clock. Croatia with a 2-point lead right now. Here is Abdelaziz. Anmar fading away in and out. And it's collected by Abbas. It's welcomed in by Anmar, who scores. 10-9. And that ball will go out of bounds. Over the halfway point here in this one. Croatia lead Egypt by 10 points to 9. Great Britain, Slovenia will wrap up day 2 in a few minutes' time. Demirovic. Demirovic doesn't get it to drop. Abdelaziz. Abbas. And that's an easy finish for Magdi Abbas. Stimac. Croatia in no man's land here, but they get closer to the basket. Demirovic rattles one in. They made a play from nothing there, and Croatia lead by 1, nearing 6 minutes played in this game. Abbas buries a 2. Demirovic. Great defense and hustle from Abdelaziz, but a whistle has gone. And we have a timeout on the floor here. .47 remaining in this one. 12-11 in favor of Egypt. Of course, up next it is Slovenia against Great Britain. That'll wrap up day 2, and then we get down to it tomorrow. Demirovic fading away off the glass. It's good. We're tied at 12. 3:33 to play. Abdelaziz. Abbas a 2. That's long. Oh, it's not long. It was thinking about it. That teaches me to assume. Here is Abbas. Ashraf Anmar. No good. He wants a foul, but referee's not interested. That's a risky pass, and Egypt get it. Abbas. Anmar. Magdi Abbas. Here is Ashraf Anmar. Puts it up, and it just falls out. We're evenly matched again, just like we were earlier on this morning between these two teams. Ante Stimac. No. Rebounded Abdelaziz. Abbas. Anmar. Nails it, and a foul. Egypt have the lead with 2:36 to play. Anmar doesn't get the resulting free throw, but it's a 1-point game. And we're not tied, but a foul is called off the miss there from Demirovic. And now Demirovic with a chance to tie the game. 2:30 to play. Demirovic with 2:30 to play. Croatia tie the game at 13. Both teams Not in any real foul trouble, just 5 fouls in total in this one. Amrama 2, no good. Ammar misses the 2-pointer, smacks the backboard. Stimac in no man's land. Here's Demirovic. Back to Stimac, 2 to shoot. Stimac buries it. Croatia have the lead as we enter the final 2 minutes. Abbas, beautifully done from Magdi Abbas. We're back to where we started. Ante Stimac. Stimac pulls up. That's short. Pesic with the rebound. Demirovic collects. Demirovic puts it in. 1:36 to play. Abdelaziz not blocked by Stimac. A whistle has gone. And that'll be one shot to Mohamed Abdelaziz, who has really made a name for himself here in Sun City. And we are tied again. Stimac, 1:25 left. A whistle has gone. Stimac from the foul line gets the friendly drop, and Croatia have a 1-point lead. Ashraf Anmar can't respond. Stimac the rebound. Entering the final minute and a chance for Croatia to get a 2-point lead. Stimac, composed, puts it in. Abbas for the tie. No. Final 45 seconds. Stimac. Pesic. Pesic puts it up. No good. It's loose. Abbas has it. Abbas for the tie. Puts it in. We are tied at 17. 26 on the clock. Offensive foul. It's deja vu from this morning. But who has ice in the veins? Who is colder than a grandmother's kiss here? Abbas, another 2. No, it's short. That'll go out of bounds. Croatia ball. 13.1 to play. A second differential here between shot and game. Stimac. Demirovic. 7 to shoot. Pesic inside. Gets it. Final seconds. Egypt have got to heave one. Abbas puts it in. Egypt have won. Egypt have done it! What a shot from Magdi Abbas! Referees are just going to double check. Oh, what a game. A second thriller between these two tenacious warriors. And it's no basket! Oh, incredible! Unbelievable! And Croatia have won! Oh, it's incredible scenes! The referee had a good look. And for the second time today, Egypt want to look at the monitor. They want to check it out. They are beside themselves, but Croatia have got the victory. Oh, incredible scenes. And the referees are saying that is that. Croatia have beaten Egypt 18-17 in an absolute thriller. Magdi Abbas looked to have won it on the buzzer, but the referee said it happened after the shot clock or after the game clock had expired. Well, Egypt are continuing to protest. Croatia are going to make their way off the court. Great Britain and Slovenia are waiting to enter the court. Oh, this is incredible. The referee, though, is signing it off. Croatia have beaten Egypt 18-17. Great Britain and Slovenia will wrap up day two. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the last game of the evening as we welcome the Great Britain versus Slovenia. Coming in wearing number 4, Caleb Sloan. And at number 6, Finlay Eskai. At number 9, Finley Tunner. And at 30, Ben Lynch.
Well, for the final time today, we welcome you to Sun City here in South Africa, as day two will wrap up with Great Britain against Slovenia. There are the Great Britain fans, of course, a team mainly made up of players from Scotland, as the Scottish flag proudly waving across Sun City. And they will take on Slovenia.
And at number 5, Milan Stavriva.
as the Slovenian team coming onto the floor here in San City. Once again, we'd like to welcome you all to the IWBF YouTube channel. Some members of the IWBF staff having a impromptu game on the practice courts. Well, why not? It's the final game of day 2. They have worked extremely hard. As we have the coin toss here. Remember, Slovenia without the services of Robbie Bojanac. So Slovenia running with just 3 players in this game. Great Britain going with Finlay Erskine, Ben Leach, Callum Sloan and Finlay Tonner. Slovenia with Haris Kudusevic, Milan Slapnisha and David Skoranč. So there'll be 3 players taking to the floor for Slovenia. However, as Great Britain will start this game, there will be a technical foul against Slovenia as per the rules. Slovenia playing with just 3 players and over the classification limit. So GB will start with a free throw. And Slovenia will now play with 2 players. And of course, we send our best wishes as well to Slovenia's Robbie Bojanac, who has suffered an injury here this morning. Hopefully we will see him again tomorrow. And Finlay Erskine gets his pocket picked by Skoranč. Skoranč with the mid-range, no good. Erskine gets the rebound. Tonner puts it in. And Great Britain off the mark. Kudusevic. Skoranč misses. Of course, earlier on, Austria played Slovenia, and Austria just double-teamed whoever had the ball. That was the wise tactic to use. As Slovenia get the ball. Great Britain up 2-0. Early doors here, and we have a bit of a wheel malfunction. There's both wheels of Haris Kudusevic and Callum Sloan were just joined together. 2-pointer is no good from Kudusevic. Here is Finlay Tonner. Finlay Tonner, let's fly from the elbow. 3-0 in favour of Great Britain. And with the one-man advantage, you've got to be eyeing up the magic number of 21 in this one. Here is Tonner. Erskine has it. Finlay Erskine from mid-range. 4-0. Finlay Erskine, who was absolutely outstanding in the earlier game against Kenya. That's a beautiful pass. Skoranč can't get it. That was a good find, though, from Kudusevic. Finlay Tonner. Erskine just about collects. Fading away. Gets the friendly roll. And Great Britain now up 5-0. Nearing 2 minutes played in this one. Skoranč misses the long 2. The ball goes out of bounds. It will be a GB ball. Tonner. Sloan with was going to go for the screen. Now goes for the screen. Tonner still has it as Kudusevic stands his ground. And Finlay Erskine misses the midi. Kudusevic a 2, and that's short. Kudusevic, though, will get his own rebound. Skoranč, no good. And Slovenia's wait for a field goal continues. Here is Tonner. Tonna from the elbow. And a rebound taken by Haris Kudasevic. Kudasevic still has it. Erskine with the foul. And that's the first foul of the game for Great Britain. 7:33 to play here. Race to 21, or whoever leads after 10 minutes. As we still recover from the absolute thriller that was the unbelievable conclusion that was Egypt-Croatia, as Kudasevic buries a two. Tonna can't respond. Erskine the rebound, Erskine the finish. Kudasevic. Good defense there from Finley Erskine. And it will be a Slovenia ball. Robbie Bojans not with the Slovenian team this afternoon, or in this evening's session. Suffered an injury this morning. So Slovenia with only 3 players. And can only field 2 players as they are over the classification limit of 8.5. Here is Tonna. Sloan all alone. Can't get it to drop. Kudasevic off balance. And a whistle has gone. That'll be a foul on Great Britain and a free throw to come. But we have a timeout with 6:47 remaining. Great Britain lead 6-2 in our final game of day 1, but we will have day 3, our final day of action, coming at you tomorrow as we have a look at some of the highlights of the early stages here in Sun City in our final game of day 2. Of course, tomorrow we will determine a first ever World 3x3 champion for both the women and the men. And all the action will be on the IWBF YouTube channel. You do not want to miss what is in store in the first ever 3x3 World Championships as it draws to a close here in this lovely resort of Sun City in South Africa. Kudasevic did very well to keep that in. Milam Slapnishar now into the game as Erskine misses, fading away. Slapnishar just about pips Erskine to the post, misses the handle, and I think Callum Sloan just inadvertently caught him. Slapnishar. Sloan and Erskine for company, and Slapnishar over 2 Great Britain players gets it to go. Fading away, Tonna misses. Slapnishar. Slapnishar on the ball. Gets it inside. Somehow gets it inside to Kudasevic. They might be only on with 2 players, but Slovenia are giving Great Britain a game here with 4 minutes and a bit of change played. Here is Tonna. Leach, Ben Leach into the game for Great Britain. Ben Leach goes up, Ben Leach gets it to go, and that's a much needed score for Great Britain. 7-3 ahead. Slapnishar a 2, no good, and that will stay in bounds as Kudasevic gets it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Great Britain with possession as we enter the halfway point of this one. The classification round for 9th place. Tonner just about collects from Ben Leach, who can't get it to drop. Kudusevic with the rebound. Kudusevic, a 2 from the top. And Slapnishar just saying to him to calm down. However, there was 4 seconds on the shot clock. You can't blame Kudusevic, who calls for the substitution. And in comes David Skoranch. Tonner, Ben Leach, Sloan. And Sloan, it does a victory lap and drops. And a standing ovation from the GB fans as Callum Sloan hits. Incredibly hard-working player, the Great Britain number 4. Finley Tonner. Screen by Sloan. Ben Leach has it. Leach. And it just falls out. He's trying to get the rebound, and David Skoranch gets it instead. 8-3 in favour of Great Britain, over halfway. Skoranch. Slapnishar. Catch and shoot. Doesn't go. Beautiful pass from Leach. Finley Tonner puts it in. He wants a foul, but referee's not interested. Great Britain up 9-3 though, and now starting to accelerate away from the short-handed Slovenia side. Skoranch. Slapnishar. And it just about goes in. The veteran Milan Slapnishar, 36 years of age. Ben Leach, no hesitation, but airballs the midi. And that's a shot clock violation to GB. And we have ourselves a timeout. 3:45 to play. And Great Britain up 9-4. As we wind down day 2. And the teams start departing for the nearby hotel, which is actually next door to the Sun City Super Bowls. We look at some of the highlights. There's Callum Sloan's first field goal. Second field goal overall in these World Championships. But Slovenia, despite being short-handed and only 2 players allowed on the court, are giving Great Britain a game. There's no doubt about that. They did give Austria a game as well. Kudusevic puts it up. That's off the back iron. Tonner, a foot race there, and the ball goes out of bounds. A 2 on the way from Leach, doesn't fall. Sloan went for the offensive rebound. Here is Tonner. Leach puts it up, no good. Leach gets another bite of the cherry, that rattles in. 10-4 to Great Britain. Great Britain on course for their 3rd win of this championship, their 3rd win of the day. They were 0-3 on day 1 in the pool stage. They got a win over Kenya to start the day off. They lost in the round of 16 to Australia, but have bounced back admirably. But Slovenia giving them a contest, as Kudusevic misses the free throw, will get his own rebound. Skoranch looks to emerge from the pack. Callum Sloan for company. Good defense from Sloan, but Skoranch lays it up and in. 2:39 to play. Leach inside. Skoranch. And that'll be a turnover and Great Britain ball. David Skoranch didn't get it over the perimeter as he checks out. And Milan Slapnishar comes back in. Finley Erskine not checking in yet. Callum Sloan can't hang on. And it'll be a Slovenia ball. Slapnishar. 11-5 to Great Britain, 2:16 to play. Slapnishar still has it along the baseline. 3 to shoot for Slovenia. Good defense from Leach. And the rebound taken by Finley Tonner. And Finley Tonner out past, too hot to handle from Leach. It was way out of reach of Finley Tonner as he calls for a substitution. And Finley Erskine comes out, as does Callum Sloan for a brief period. Great Britain want to play with just 2 players. Referee's just having a quick double check here. Great Britain did play with 2 players earlier on today. But we'll just have a double check as to see what the referee decides here. Well, this is something you don't see in 3x3 basketball. It's now a 2x2 game for a brief moment. Here is Erskine. Well, the playing field is even for Slovenia. They didn't expect that. As Ben Leach puts it in. Kudasevic. Kudasevic doesn't get it to fall. Well, it's 3x3 basketball, but we're going 2-on-2. Just like it was on the streets. And the whistle has gone. Kudasevic finds Slapnishar. Slapnishar off balance, still has it and puts it in. 1:20 to play. Great Britain up 13-6. Erskine. A bullet pass and the ball is loose. 2 to shoot for GB. Leach has to throw it up and that'll be a shot clock violation. As Milan Slapnishar comes out and David Skoranch comes back in. Kudasevic, no good. Final minute here in our final game of day 2. Great Britain on top 13-6 and they're looking set for a victory here. It's not been the prettiest, but they'll get the job done as Erskine all net. Whistle gone. And perhaps Great Britain will see out this game with just 2 players. Skoranch will throw it up. That'll be an air ball. Here is Leach. Leach deflected by Skoranch, denying the pass to Erskine. Shot is up, no good. As Erskine goes up, ball batted around like a hot potato. And it's collected by Slovenia. Here is Skoranch. Final seconds here as Kudasevic doesn't get the layup to drop. The ball is loose. The clock is winding down. Final seconds. And Great Britain will be victorious in our final game of day 2. They defeat Slovenia 14-6. Stay tuned though and join us tomorrow It is the final day as we will crown our world champion for the first time in the 3x3 IWBF World Championships. My thanks to Kaz Bullock. I'm John Hobbs. Have a pleasant evening, morning and afternoon, wherever you are across the world. Goodbye for now.